welcome to this special episode of Indopes. Education plays a key role, an integrated role in the building of a nation as well as the destiny of its citizen. If a student is fortunate enough to take his education in an institution which can be valued in a higher place or is being led by some visionary academic administrator, this institute can play a vital role in his or her life and career. And such an institute is IMS Ghaziabad. And today we are meeting with an inspirational leader, Dr. Urvashi Makkar, who's heading this organization, and with her extremely powerful and innovative leadership and new innovations in the curriculum. She has been doing a wonderful task at the institute. Let us understand what she has been doing and what miracles she has been performing at this institute with her leadership. So welcome, Dr. Makkar. My first question to you, ma'am, you have been such an inspiration to many leaders, not only your students but academic leaders across education institutions. Who has been your strong influence on your personality? Recently, you have been on very highlights by India Today as well, a lot of media houses. So, what is the biggest influence on your personality and why?
Thank you very much, Chandrasekharji. It is an honor, of course, answering this question because what an individual is basically is cumulative of the influences of hundreds of people who might have come across in his or her life. So it might not be possible to name one person who might have influenced me to the highest extent, but yes, definitely I'm really proud to share that I belong to a family of the academicians, and my parents, father and mother, both have been into the academic fraternity throughout their lifetime, and they had so much of the strong influence in terms of the values which they instilled in me and the other siblings of me during our childhood. And the basic core value was giving back to the society, which was instilled to all of us during the childhood, and that value is something which I cherish till date. And obviously that has impacted me in the professional life as a teacher, as a professor, and then eventually as the director of the institutions. And giving back to the societies, I believe, is the core value which has changed and transformed our life to the totality. Secondly, I have seen that my parents, highly enterprising, they themselves have been highly risk takers and morally rich people. They always trained us to jumping into the well on the word go. So take the risks, take certain enterprising decisions of your life, and that challenging to the status quo I have learned from my parents. And that definitely I think is reflected somewhere in my professional life also. Now besides my parents, I am really so much blessed and privileged that today we are working at IMS Ghaziabad. And currently our governing body is being led by one leader, Shri Naresh Agrawalji, as the chairman of governing body. I have learned so much from him because again these two core values which I have learned from my parents, I always have seen the reinforcement of both those values in the culture of IMS Ghaziabad. That giving back to the society and taking the challenges and the risks. So I am so much blessed to talk about these people to you.
That's brilliant. Giving back to the society as well as being a risk taker. This is the extreme qualities which a person, if he's having these qualities in his life or in his character, he can go places. So, ma'am, what exactly you have been doing? It's wonderful to see the pedagogy, the new innovations in the pedagogy in the IMS. The students' curriculum has changed rapidly. It's amazingly innovation. And recently, you have done a Swiss immersion program as well for the students. And I believe this is the first time in the history of private institution across Delhi NCR, even North India, I believe, or most probably in India. So what is this program all about, and how this idea came to your mind to do it for your students?
So, well, I really appreciate this question, and I would like to definitely answer this very well. That IMS Ghaziabad has been distinctively characterized by its tripartite strategy, in which the very first focus always has been on the academic quality and excellence. Second, strong focus has been onto the skill enhancement and corporate readiness of the students. And third, definitely very important component is the global interface and internationalization of the education. These three core values of IMS Ghaziabad are so strongly integrated with each other that gave us the confidence to plunge into this Swiss immersion program for our students, for which IMS Ghaziabad has tied up with the University of Lausanne, Switzerland.
Great.
And it, as part of this MOU, our students of the institution, they will be getting a 20-hour certification program on ethical decision making.
Yes.
And that is such a strong, pertinent and contemporary requirement today to become a successful professional. And under the same MOU, 30 students have been offered the opportunity to visit University of Lausanne in the Humanistic Network Center, Geneva, and do this program there itself. And under this Swiss immersion program, our students are going to get the opportunity to visit the headquarters of United Nations in Geneva also. And of course, this exposure is going to give them not only understanding of multiple cultures, but it's going to give them so much of the confidence to face the professional life tomorrow. So that definitely is one of its kind MOU which IMS has signed, and our students are definitely looking forward to this.
That's really amazing, because generally academic institutions across India, we see they focus upon the placement, the salary package. Nobody seems to bother about the value installation in their characters of the students. But this is what I feel. I have been observing IMS for many years now, and knowing Dr. Urvashi personally for many years, and her leadership qualities and the way she is emphasizing upon installation of these characteristic values. Strong characters build a strong man and a strong nation. That has been core mantra I believe she has been trying to do with the new innovations in the academic careers or curriculum for the students. And I wish IMS students are going to enjoy not only through their careers, but across the 360 degree of their lives with these values with them. So ma'am, the next question to you is that how you are using your vast experience of so much years and to the academic excellence at Ghaziabad. IMS is doing so much wonderful places. It is going, you are breaking records of placements. Your students are getting internship in high top-notch institutions, MNCs. How you have been able to do that, and what are the steps you are taking to take your experience into really doing something worthwhile in the lives of students?
So, well, I think, as I said very rightly in the beginning, and you have reinforced this aspect, that academic quality and excellence is one core value of IMS Ghaziabad. Besides that, today, if we are offering PGDM program, the basic premise and purpose of the program is to give the employability to the students.
Right.
They have to go to the market, face the companies, and get the professional life started. When this is the purpose of PGDM program, undoubtedly our focus at IMS Ghaziabad is on the skill enhancement of the students. We always used to tell to our students that the placement cannot be the goal and purpose of PGDM program.
Yeah.
Instead of that, it has to be the skills. Because if the skills will be there, the placement is going to be a byproduct. It will not be the purpose of PGDM program. And those skills which they are going to learn, they will be their strongest asset for the lifetime.
That's right.
So the focus of IMS Ghaziabad in entirety is on the skills of the students, and that's how we have designed our whole curriculum in such a way that first of all we are keeping on upgrading our curriculum every year with the collaboration with the recruiters, our academic council members, and I'm pleased to share that we have 37 very senior corporate experts and academic leaders from 11 countries who are part of our academic council.
Yes.
And every year annual academic council meeting gives us so much of the inputs for changes going on in the curriculum. Only this year we have added around 40 new modules in our curriculum, in which the value added certification programs have been added, which are offered to the students as part of the curriculum. The value added certifications are like Microsoft Excel Advanced certification, for which we have tied up with Microsoft directly. Then we are offering Google Analytics certification, which is given in collaboration with the Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprises.
Right.
Similarly, for 4 more certifications, we have tied up with MSME, and certifications are Digital and Social Media Marketing, then Marketing Analytics, Financial Modeling, and Yellow Belt Six Sigma certification. So these certifications are giving so much of the value to the students in terms of their profile enhancement, knowledge enhancement, that they are becoming corporate ready and their employability score is enhancing. So the focus is not only to give the classroom teaching to the students, but to train them what exactly is expected by the corporate sector. So for that we are having a lot of interfaces for the corporate also, like live projects, then the industrial visits. So many of the summer internship projects are given to the students, and we are really pleased that our students are getting a lot of pre-placement offers during their summer internships itself. So in totality, the whole idea is to train, to develop the students, to prepare them for the market for which they have taken admission at IMS Ghaziabad in PGDM program.
There's no doubt the employability enhancement is the key, and IMS has been doing wonderful thing at that, because it's a big challenge for many institutions. We have seen in last decade many private institutions and universities getting shut down because they could not provide campus placement to their students. While at on the other hand, IMS is breaking records with campus placement. So this is a message clearly visible to the academic administrators as well as the owners or the people who are behind these institutions who were shut down. They should learn something. They should do really something to make the students employable, not only just getting the admissions. So my next question to you is that, how you see, what kind of vision you have for strengthening your stronghold of IMS, because as of now it holds in the top 10 ranks, in one of the top 10 private management institutions across India, and a good ranking it holds. And what is your vision for giving it more strength to this stronghold, to this institute?
Well, currently the whole country is trying to implement new education policy 2021. And IMS is also putting up all its efforts to justify various core values of NEP 2021. Now, as per this policy, new education policy, there are 3 very important components which are needed to be emphasized in PGDM program or in any higher education institution. First, definitely is internationalization of the education, which we are putting a lot of efforts.
That's
Swiss immersion program is one example, but besides that, we are organizing various global talk series. Like currently in our campus, the 30 hours module of MCIT, that is Management of Change, Innovation and Technology, is already being conducted by one of the global experts, Mr. Ashish Patel, who is Managing Director at Morgan Franklin from Washington. So he is here in India for 2 weeks to take up that session for our students. There are so many other avenues which are offering to the students for the internationalization aspect. Second very important component is value-based education, and that's the reason in the Swiss immersion program, our certification program is on ethical decision making. Similarly, we are giving a lot of value generated outcomes to the students by offering curriculum oriented modules to them. And third focus of the whole new education policy is on the skills. And I'm sure the overall buffet which we are offering to the students is such value added in terms that the skill has to be the final outcome. So I just talked about value added certification programs. Besides that, we are giving 11 short-term training programs also to the students, which is part of the curriculum. And these trainings are like in the softwares SPSS, so that the research orientation is generated. amongst the students, then CMI, Provis, then Tally, Tableau. These all softwares are being
These are addition
trained.
to the
Yes.
normal curriculum they are studying.
Very well, very well.
Right.
Now we have integrated them as part of the curriculum so that students are teaching them within the campus and they are being given certain credits also. Besides that, we have one very specially customized program prepped for our student, that is Placement Readiness Enhancement Program, in which every trimester 12 hours module is offered to the students on the preparation for the placement readiness.
That's good.
Like the group discussions are conducted, the mock interview sessions are conducted for the students. They are trained how to face the interview process also.
Get the confidence.
And then there are certain modules like the self-awareness module is there, the module on emotional intelligence is there. So we have the buffet of these activities going on in the campus. So obviously, besides the classroom teaching, a lot of emphasis is on the experiential learning.
Overall personality enhancement,
Yes,
I believe.
very well.
So that they can be really stand apart from the crowd.
True. The problem solving learning is one very, very important learning which we are trying to give to the students. And they are taking the hands-on experience by being part of various live projects which they are taking from the corporate sector. And these avenues definitely are creating a lot of skills amongst the students. And that is the reason that today placement is not a challenge for the institution, but that has become such a great opportunity.
That's one.
And today the companies like Deloitte, Asian Paints, Berger, Dabur, Amul, Colgate, you name it, and the companies are coming to the
big
campus.
names are coming. That's
Right.
no doubt. So, ma'am, this is all we came to know about what exactly the students are getting at IMS. So, at the end, I would like to ask you what is your crystal clear message to the youngsters? To make their lives brighter and better as an experienced academic administrator as well as a teacher and the person who's trying to really shape the lives of students.
In fact, it's a very interesting question, and I always love to answer this question because, first of all, I can't advise to the youngsters. They themselves are so well-known people. Today, the generation
Smart
of
generation.
millennials, that's very, very smart
Very smart.
generation. But yes, if out of my own experiences, I have to tell them, I'll tell them only two things.
Okay.
That this student life is very precious and they should never lose the sense of purpose. So the focus on sense of purpose is very, very important, that why they are studying a particular program. The purpose should be clear, the goal should be very clearly identified so that they can put efforts accordingly. Second, I always tell to my students that always believe in the big dreams. If they'll see the big dreams, only then they will try to aspire to reach to the bigger aspirations and goals. And never underestimate their potential, because these youngsters are very, very smart people. They have so much of the untapped potential. They are the future of our country. So have trust on the capability of themselves and expand further, untap it. But yes, there is no substitution of hard work. They really have to put very, very big time, hard work to achieve their goals.
That's good. So this is really an interesting, to know all these things, these insights for not only for students but the academic administrators as well as college institution owners and management. That is the message Dr. Urvashi Makkar is making to the youngsters, because she has done it. She has lived it in her own life and she has been doing it for her student at IMS Ghaziabad. So here it was Dr. Urvashi Makkar. Thank you very much, ma'am. You gave us time for this wonderful session, and we could elaborate, we could know what exactly is happening in the IMS as well as the higher education excellence. The excellence in the higher education is getting really a new face. Lot of new things are coming up, and I believe this institute can be a role model for many such institutions across India. Thank you very much.
Thank you.